Hey everyone, and welcome back to Sirken. Today we're diving into a secret that could forever change how you manifest your desires. We all know one way to ask, with words. We talk, we pray, we articulate our requests out loud. But what if there's a higher way? A way where certain emotions themselves become the request and the universe complies without you uttering a single word. Most of us only know the first way. We've been taught that asking means speaking, but this teaching will completely flip your understanding. It will open your eyes to a deeper law, and for those who stick around until the very end, a key will be given. A key to powerful manifestation of desires. So stay with me, because this might be the most potent revelation you receive this year. Before we start, if you're into deep topics like this, make sure to subscribe to my channel and leave a 777 in the comments to support me. Thank you! Let's dive in. The paradox of manifestation, fear versus desire. To truly grasp this, I want you to recall two very different moments in your life. First, think back to a time when you truly wanted something. You wanted it so badly that you constantly thought about it, prayed, journaled, visualized. You used every manifestation technique you knew, and yet it just never showed up. Now compare that to another time. You were just living your normal life. Then suddenly, out of nowhere, a single negative thought came to you, and somehow you felt it. Deep inside, you knew something was about to happen. You couldn't explain it, couldn't put it into words, but it was an unshakable inner knowing. And then it happened, almost like a miracle. Exactly what you feared manifested. Now let me ask you something. Why does this happen? Why does what we force, what we obsess over, what we pray for, push and pursue, seem to take an eternity? And why does that random 2 a.m. fear, that strange gut feeling, that unshakable inner knowing show up quickly? It's not by chance. There's a law behind it, and I'm going to reveal it to you in the simplest way possible so you can finally understand it, and more importantly, use it. The language of the universe. Feeling over word. The universe operates on vibration. It has its own language, and that language is feeling, not word, not effort, not even faith in the traditional sense. It's the vibration you carry, the emotional tone you live in. That's what the universe responds to. When you were obsessive, worried, doubtful, even while praying, you were actually vibrating lack. You weren't asking from strength, you were asking from fear. But in that other moment, when the thought simply came to you and you felt it with certainty, you didn't need to speak. You didn't need to try. You just felt, and the universe listened. That emotion, that deep inner knowing was the real request, and it was answered. Neville's secret. Feeling is the secret. So here's the secret. You don't manifest what you say you want. You manifest what you feel as real. And when your feelings align with the reality you desire, even without a single word, the universe rearranges itself to match that feeling. Neville Goddard saw this. While the world chased power, compelled and controlled, he refused to follow. He turned inward because he understood what most people miss. One of his most powerful teachings was simply, feeling is the secret. The secret to what? To all manifestation, healing, relationships, money, destiny. He wasn't speaking in metaphors, he meant it literally. Let me ask you this, what are the most powerful moments in your life? Suppose someone insults you. You don't just hear the words, you feel them. And if they hit deep enough, you go into a rage, perhaps even cry or shut down. But here's the truth. It wasn't the words that caused your reaction. It was the feeling the words evoked within you. Now let's flip that. Someone gives you a gift. You open it and for a moment you're stunned. You feel joy, disbelief, maybe even tears. It's not about the gift itself, but about what it made you feel. And now imagine, an hour later, your child takes your credit card, buys the exact same gift and gives it to you. Same item, same wrapping. But now there's no joy, no surprise, no magic. Why? Because it was never about the gift. It was always about the feeling the gift brought. And this is the key. Our universe doesn't care about things. It responds to the feeling behind it. Feeling is the seed, it's the signal, it's the true creation. And the moment you feel something deeply enough, be it fear or faith, joy or terror, the universe starts to move. Because to the universe, you are asking. The path to conscious asking 3 steps. So the real question is, how do you use this? How do you ask without saying a word? How do you take that same energy that makes negative things appear almost instantly and use it to make positive things appear just as quickly? Here's what you need to understand. You've already done this. You've already manifested, and powerfully. But most of it happened accidentally, by default, fueled by fear, reinforced by emotion. And because your feeling was so strong, the universe had no choice but to respond. The problem was, you didn't realize you were asking. But this time, you will. You will ask consciously, you will ask on purpose, and you will do it in a language the universe cannot ignore, the language of feeling, because once you understand this, everything changes. And that's exactly what I'm about to show you. Stay with me! Step 1. Create the feeling before the evidence. This is the turning point. This is where most people get stuck because they wait for the evidence before allowing themselves to feel the emotion. They wait for the money to feel abundant. They wait for love to feel worthy. They wait for healing to feel whole. But in this reality, in this universe Neville described, it works in reverse. You must feel it first, and then the evidence appears. So, how do you create a feeling before there's a reason to feel it? Here's how. Choose a scene that would be true if it already happened. Close your eyes. Don't try to force the desire. Instead, assume it has already happened. Ask yourself, if this goal were already achieved, what would be happening right now? Would someone be congratulating you? Would you be sitting in your new home? Would you be feeling your loved one's hand in yours? Choose a single natural moment. Not fireworks, not a grand victory, but something ordinary that would only occur if your desire had already come true. Enter that moment. Feel it as real. Now enter it, not as an observer, but as a participant. Don't watch it, be in it. Hear the sounds, feel the textures, breathe the air. Let your imagination become your inner reality. And here's the key. Feel the emotion that would naturally arise in that scene. Peace, joy, relief, gratitude. Allow that emotion to swell in your body, because that emotion is the real command. It's the request without words. Remain there until you feel it is accomplished. Don't rush. Stay in that feeling long enough for your body and mind to say, yes, this is real. When that happens, you'll know. You'll feel a calm, steady knowing, as if something has already shifted. That's when the seed is planted. That's when the signal has been sent. Step 2, detach from how it will happen. Now that you've planted the seed through feeling, the next step, one of the most misunderstood yet most crucial, is to let go of the how. Because here's what often happens. You create the feeling. You feel the desire accomplished, but then your mind kicks in. How will this happen? When will this happen? What if it doesn't work? And just like that, you've pulled the seed out of the ground. Why? Because the moment you start to doubt, question, or try to control the outcome, you're no longer feeling it's done. You're feeling it's not yet here. And remember, the universe doesn't respond to what you say. It responds to what you feel is real. In step 2, you must do this. Trust the unseen. Release the need for control. Allow the bridge of incidents to unfold. Neville called this the bridge of incidents, a chain of events the universe orchestrates, without your help, to bring your desires to life. And here's the powerful truth. You won't see how it happens. It might appear that nothing is happening. It might even seem like things are going in the opposite direction. But if you maintain the feeling and release the how, the bridge will appear step by step, and you will walk right into what you've imagined. So how do you detach? Stop checking for signs every 5 minutes. Stop trying to force actions out of fear. Live your life knowing it's already done, not with anxiety, but with certainty. Just like you feel after sending a message that you know has been delivered. That's the energy. You sent the request. The request has been received. Now let the universe do what it does best. Rearrange reality. Step 3. Remain in harmony. No matter what, this is where the real test begins. You've created the feeling. You've released the how. But now, life keeps showing you the old story. The bank account is still low. The phone call hasn't come. The body still aches. The world looks unchanged. And this is where most people break. They say, it's not working. They begin to doubt, to fear, to react. And in that moment, they fall out of the feeling and return to the old vibration. But step 3 is this. Remain faithful to the unseen. Remain emotionally loyal to your new reality, even when your current one tries to deny it. This is what Neville meant when he said, live in the end. It means walking, talking, thinking, and feeling as if what you've asked for is already yours, not someday, but now. So how do you remain in harmony? Remind yourself daily, my feeling is the reality. The world is just catching up. Don't let circumstances dictate your state. Let your state reform the circumstances. Celebrate the signs, but don't need them. You don't wait for a tree to grow before you believe the seed is real, because here's a deeper truth. If you react to what you see, you remain stuck in the loop. But if you remain faithful to what you feel, then you are free, and the outer world must follow. You become the cause, not the effect. Conclusion, you are the power. And now that you know this, type it in the comments right now. I feel it. It is done. Let that be your signal to yourself and to the universe that you are ready to create on purpose. Because this is how you ask without words. This is how you shift your vibration and allow reality to respond. The power was never outside of you. It was always you. Now you know how to use it. Remain in the feeling, trust the unfolding, and watch the universe rearrange itself around your new truth.